One of our developing stories talking about the ex-detainees, the Gitmo detainees. It is emerging that the refugee status granted to the two detainees from Guantanamo in 2016 expires this year. The refugee status ends in June this year, and government is considering relocating them to a third country. Right, so we're trying to develop contacts with the Deputy Foreign Minister for more on this one. But U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to keep Guantanamo Bay military prison open. Trump announced the move in a State of the Union address.
Another promise I just signed prior to walking in, an order directing Secretary Mattis to re-examine our military detention policy and to keep open the detention facilities in Guantanamo Bay. I am asking Congress to ensure that in the fight against ISIS and Al-Qaeda, we continue to have all necessary power to detain terrorists wherever we chase them down, wherever we find them. And in many cases, for them, it will now be Guantanamo Bay.
Why, so what will the implications be once the Guantanamo Bay prison is open again? Professor Vladimir Nchidanso, Dean of Academic Affairs, Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, and an international relations expert joins us on phone. Good afternoon to you, Prof, and thanks for your time.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Now, the prison at a point held an estimated 780 inmates. Now, the current numbers are said to be less than 50. Does this initiative open the door in any way for renegotiations from countries that accepted these detainees?
I do not think so. I mean, once some agreement had been arranged with the United States government, you go by whatever agreement that was made. I think he was trying to re-examine the military detention policy and say we're going to reopen them. It doesn't mean he was going to take the old ones. He's talking about new ones since, according to him, terrorists are dangerous, and anywhere they met them, they should be detained for as long as they could. And he wanted also Congress to note this and maybe make laws that would allow them to be detained at the pleasure of the United States. It has nothing, I believe, to do with those who have been left out already, even though he made allusion to those who have gone through the net and run away and are fighting again elsewhere.
Would you rule out any renegotiation? And in international relations, how difficult will any renegotiation be like?
It's going to be difficult, knowing very well that the U.S. Congress had ruled out bringing in any others that they had let out to other countries. Renegotiation is going to be more difficult because, as I said, in most of these countries, some of them have been reintegrated in the society. Even in our case in Ghana, we have the same situation. We can't renegotiate on the Gitmo 2 here, and I doubt if the United States is going to take them back. It was a relief for them that over 700 were taken away, and renegotiation is going to be extremely difficult.
Now, with this decision taken by President Trump, the issue of international peace and diplomacy would be a question here. Is this move a good one from President Trump?
Well, it depends on how you see it. In the structural analysis of such situation, you wouldn't blame a country for taking such a foreign policy, but it has implications. They have a right to arrest people whom they think are enemies and deal with them the way they are. When they have flouted any international law, it is the UN and any other country that feels aggrieved that will pick up the situation. In the case of Guantanamo, Obama felt that it was the conscience of the nation is being insulted one way or the other, the image of the country and things like that, because these people have not been tried, even according to American laws. And that was why he brought in this. Now there is another president who wants to imprison terrorists for as long as they could be detained. And that would mean that any other country that feels peeved would then have to raise the issue with the American government. So naturally, it's going to be difficult to say we are against it or something like that.
Prof, we are grateful for your time this afternoon. Professor Vladimir Enchidanso is the Dean of Academic Affairs, Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, and also an international relations expert.